Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Makers of Minnesota podcast, where we talk to cool people doing cool things. Sorry, let me turn that off. All right. Where we talk to cool people doing cool things. And I'm here with Angie Nelson, and she is the founder of Safer Plate. And we talked with her, gosh, probably about a year ago, and talked about her business model. And there's been some updates just on how she's approaching her business. So, welcome to the program, Angie. And will you give me a quick rundown for maybe listeners that aren't familiar with you, sort of what you guys do and where you started and how we're evolving in this catch-up call?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me today. So I am the founder of Safer Plate, which is an allergy-aware food company. We started, gosh, almost 2 years ago as a meal delivery service with meals that were free of the top 9 allergens. I created the company out of frustration that there just weren't a lot of options on the market for my family because my oldest son has allergies to peanuts, tree nuts, egg, and has now outgrown milk, but that was another big one for us.
Wow.
So anyway, we were doing meal kits. We were shipping to roughly 12 states. Got a lot of great feedback, and it's really our goal to grow and serve as many of the food allergy community as we can. And in order to do that, we made the strategic decision to shift from meal kits to selling frozen single serve meals in retail. So it was a difficult decision. The meal kits were lovely. I will say they changed my life because it stopped me from having to do so much meal prep and planning. So I do miss that aspect, but we learned a lot. We developed a lot of wonderful recipes that we hope will, show up in our frozen line or even perhaps a sauce or spice line down the road.
So, what was it about the home delivery in 12 states that became cumbersome or just not the right plan? And how hard has it been to get into grocery retail because it's a really completely different business model?
Yeah, it is very, very different. I will say meal kits were challenging on a lot of different levels. Shipping was just really, really hard, and it was completely out of our control once we handed it over to FedEx. And, unfortunately, we faced a lot of delivery issues and delays. And we were disappointing people when, it didn't arrive when it said it was going to arrive. And
Right.
it was also costly because we'd have to completely comp, a package that arrives spoiled, and rightfully so. So it was challenging in that sense. I think another aspect of the challenge was also it was costly to continue to develop new recipes and photograph them and write the recipe, print the cards. I mean, the list goes on just to keep, customers happy and used to that variety of meals that other meal kit services provide.
Right.
So it was on a couple of levels. And then we also dealt with a lot of people that were reaching out in states that it just wasn't possible to ship to them. And we were disappointing people there too. So on the frozen side, this really gives us a chance to expand a lot more quickly. We are working with a distributor, and honestly, the feedback has been really positive so far. And I think that's just a testament that there really isn't anything like it in the frozen space, which is exciting because it does feel like a new category that's emerging. And you can even, walk down the aisles of your frozen section and you might see some allergy friendly foods, but a lot of them are plant based or produced in a facility that has allergens, or they might not be completely top 9 free. So that's where Safer Plate is really unique. And we've been, like I said, stores have been really receptive and excited about our product.
So tell me, give me like your top five sellers, just so that people have a sense of like what they would be getting.
Absolutely. So we actually have 4 SKUs right now, and more in development. Our number 1 and 2 sellers, I would say the top two have been the beef and pea pods, which is like a Mongolian beef with rice, and then our tangy pulled pork with a side of corn. And I think, our chefs have really knocked it out of the park with those because I think anybody would enjoy those meals, whether you have food allergies or not. We intentionally left out any sort of bread on the tangy pulled pork in theory that, you might have a bun on hand at your house, or maybe you want to throw it in a tortilla because when you have a specialty diet, you have your favorites, and it is really hard to find a bread that's top nine free, gluten free, and tastes good. So that's
Yeah.
kind of the approach we took there. And I think that's why they are top sellers. They just appeal to everybody. And then next up would be our chicken Alfredo rotini with a side of broccoli. This is actually my son Jack's favorite meal, and it's kind of cool because he doesn't have any food allergies. Um, they really did a nice job on that one, making it really like creamy and delicious. And I will say we were featured on Twin Cities Live, and Kelly got to taste it, and she's like, that chicken does not taste microwaved, and it's
Right.
true. Like, it's really good quality meats. And then lastly would be our cheesy rotini. And I think this one's been at the bottom more so because there's a lot of you know, options now for mac and cheese in a box that are vegan or gluten free. So there's just more options out there, which I think makes it our least bestseller.
So when people go to find you, they look in their freezer section, and what stores are you guys in currently?
So right now we are we're going to be in roughly 100 stores by April.
Okay.
Um, we're primarily in Lunds and Byerly's, so we're in 26 stores there. We're in 6 Hy-Vee stores in the Twin Cities. We are also in Valley Natural Foods, Mac and Tunes, and then Kowalski's is getting our product next week, so we'll be in all 11 stores there. And then in April, we're going to be in Festival Foods.
And Safer Plate is the brand. When people, oh, wait, did you rebrand it?
Yeah, so that is another big update coming. So we actually had a little bit of challenge when we were shifting over to the frozen side. You'll notice that in stores right now, our packaging reads S plate.
Yes.
And the background on that is the USDA would not allow us to brand our product as Safer Plate because they thought it implied that we were saying we were safer than any other USDA, why am I drawing a blank to what I'm trying to say
Just
here?
inspected food.
Inspected foods. Thank
Yeah.
you. So anyway, we were really in a time crunch. We had to send it to the printer like the next day to get to our distributor. So we said, let's just call it S Plate. We thought, we've already kind of built this brand. Hopefully our customers will still recognize it. And we've sat on it for a few months and it just wasn't growing on us. We just don't love the name. So we are going to be changing it to Liam's, which is the name of my son that the company was inspired by. So changing it to our Y. And
And
we're
that's
excited
kind
about
of
that.
common in the frozen food space, right? Because we had Totino's, we have Leanne Chen's, like that is in that space really a common thing to name it after someone or something that people know. So that's fun. How does Liam feel about being a brand?
He's very excited. He thinks it's pretty cool.
That's fun. So you've got a distributor that's helping you, you're getting co-packed, you've got chefs that are helping you put the items together and the recipes together. So has your whole thing shifted from like logistics to primarily marketing?
Well, no, we're not co-packing. So everything is produced and packaged in our facility in Eden Prairie.
Got it. So, okay. Not
Yep.
fully got it.
So our chefs are really doing all the dirty work. They're, recipe developing, and they're actually cooking all the food and putting it in the packaging. And then I'm more the marketing sales aspect.
That frees you up though, because you're not having to deal with like all the customer issues, you know. So what do you want people to know about you as you move into Liam's, and will you change all your socials, and will you have to start from scratch, or how does all that work?
Yeah, we're working through what that looks like right now. So a little bit of it is somewhat undecided, but we're still operating under Safer Plate. That is our company name. So Liam's is just a branch of, our company. So you'll still see on the packaging, it'll say manufactured by Safer Plate. Um, we're probably going to keep our social pages and just update the name once we start shipping out that new packaging. But for
Yep.
right now, we're going to continue to be S Plate until we make that transition.
I love it. And I don't know, like, how hard is it on Facebook? Can you merge brands?
I think you can. There has to be a way because it is such a common, thing to go through. Um, but yeah, I definitely don't want to start over from scratch. You've
Yeah.
kind of built this community and it'd be really hard to start over.
Do you feel like this, when you get it all like aligned and get everything situated, that this is like really your sweet spot and your home run?
I do. Yeah, I'm really, really excited about the direction we're going in. And like I said, we've had such positive response from stores. There's really not a lot of hesitation about bringing us in because we're filling a niche that, there's nothing else out there like it. And I am really excited about that. I think, when I started out my career right out of college, I was, in a cubicle, crunching away, and it just wasn't my dream job. And it was always hard to know what was I meant to do. And then after having kids and now being here, I mean, it really is a dream come true to be in this position and to know that we're helping so many people. And I think I said this in the first podcast we did, but just the possibilities are just endless because we need safe food everywhere we
Yeah.
go. And we need different kinds, right? I think, the frozen is great because I think we all know families are busy, excuse me, and they don't always have 30 minutes to cook. And that's where this is great to help let them pop it in the microwave or bring it on the go. Maybe you can send it to school with your child and they can have access to a microwave to have it. Um, but again, like we have this wonderful library of recipes and we could develop a line of marinades and put a QR code on there and link it to the recipe that we've already developed. So I am excited about the additional things we can do and even our chefs have been having some fun playing around with, spoiler alert, like some pizzas
Yeah.
and other products. And I think too, family style would be a really exciting area to dabble in as well.
Yeah, because also like the kid that has the allergy doesn't always want to feel like the special plate person. So having some family style things that are delicious and tasty for the whole family allows the Liams of the world, as it were, to just like sit down to their family meal without having to feel like the weird kid.
That's exactly it. And you nailed it on the head because that is why we created the company. We want to change the stigma of food allergies and let people know that just because you can't eat a few things doesn't mean there aren't things that you can eat that aren't delicious. Because I think the first comment anyone will make to anybody who has multiple food allergies is, what can you eat? And
Yeah.
oh, the most common thing you get, oh, you can't eat peanut butter. I could never give up peanut butter. And it's like, well, you would if it could kill you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
so yeah, I mean, that's exactly it. And we're just trying to make recipes that really taste good to everybody.
Well, I love it. So we're gonna call you right now S plate, formerly safer plate, moving towards Liam's and manufactured by Safer Plate.
Yes, that is
I love it.
correct. It's a
All
mouthful.
all right. Well, thanks for being with us today and giving us the update. We'll check back a year from now. We'll just do this every year and make sure that we're on the right track moving forward. You can find the products in the freezer section now. And good luck.
Thank you so much,
You bet.
Stephanie. I appreciate it.
It's good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you too.
Bye
Bye.
bye.